How's it going, everybody? Today we are jumping back in Kingdom Come Deliverance, and we are going to be helping out Katherine with a very interesting and unique side quest. But before we jump in though, I actually managed to reforge our sword, the sword that we crafted at the beginning of the first video game. We can actually reforge it ourselves and make it even stronger than it already is. So we now have a beast of a weapon with us. But without further ado, thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video, and let's jump right into the game.
You said you needed some help with something. What's going on?
Something's happened. Oh, a real mess. And I need help from someone reliable.
What is it?
When I was fishing around for information about Liechtenstein, I cast the net a bit too wide. And one of the servant girls I questioned was just found dead.
You think she was killed because of you?
I don't know. If I did, I wouldn't be asking you for help.
I'll help you. Tell me all about it. Who was this dead girl?
Her name was Alice. She was an ordinary, pretty girl. She worked as a maid. I heard they found her all hacked up, tossed somewhere by the town wall. Oh, folk in town are saying it was absolute slaughter. They took the body to the morgue by the St. Peter and St. Paul cemetery.
I'll go take a look at her. See if I can find anything.
I think that would be for the best. Though, I don't think it'll be a very pretty sight. You can ask the Gravedigger for details. He'll know the most.
Alright, so we are going to have to try and help out Katherine here with a murder mystery, and the quest is called The Fifth Commandment, and our first objective here is to try and speak with the Gravedigger, and we are going to find the Gravedigger all the way over here on the northern side of Gutenberg. You know, I really like Katherine's character. She's very interesting. She's a spy. She basically saved Henry's life, and now she's in Gutenberg here helping us out to save Capon. So we are definitely going to help her out here, but for right now, let's see, we are going to have to try and make our way to the graveyard, and we are going to speak with the Gravedigger, and we are also going to try and take a look at the body. So we are actually going to investigate a murder in Gutenberg. Hey buddy, how's it going? Oh, and our doggo, hopefully our doggo is gonna help us out as well. Maybe he can sniff out the baddies. But yeah, let's go over to the graveyard and see what kind of information we can gather from the body and from the Gravedigger. Alright, so this should be the place right up ahead here. I think this is so fitting. Nighttime and raining. Perfect weather for a murder mystery. But the Gravedigger might be actually sleeping at this hour. It is 3 in the morning almost, so we might not be able to speak with him just yet. But we could take a look at the body, which is definitely not in the shed. Hold on a second. I think I took a wrong turn somewhere. Oh, it's across the street. It's across the street. The Gravedigger is here, but he's taking a nap because it is the middle of the night. But the body should be right over here. So let's try and see if we can go around and take a look at the body. Alright, here we go. This should be the place right here. Here we go. And here we go. Maybe nighttime wasn't such a great idea. Investigating dead bodies in the middle of the night. Ooh. That's nightmare fuel right there, but let's see here.
So, let's see what we have here. My God! Someone really did a number on her. Ugh. They ripped open her entire belly. And they didn't stop there. There must have been buckets of blood. Jesus Christ. There's hardly any blood left in her. The place I found her must look like a slaughterhouse. I should go there and take a look.
Was it a vampire?
Her lips are bloody, but nothing more. Tongue still in place. But if he killed her for blabbing, I reckon he'd have cut out her tongue or something, wouldn't he?
If her lips are bloody, does that mean that she beat her attacker?
These are more like chops than cuts. Somebody must have taken a sword to her. Knife wounds would be smaller, and an axe would have made a bigger mess. But it couldn't have been a long sword. That would have been clumsy. It was something shorter and nimbler.
A dagger.
God, that madman cut off both her breasts and bits of flesh. But what did he do with it all afterwards? Did he really keep all the pieces? Nobody could be that sick, could they? Her face is a little bruised and cut, but nobody cut her there. But she has a dark ring around her neck. Was she strangled? The murderer must have had pretty strong hands, and her hair is all matted with blood and hacked off. I don't even know what colour it was.
I think Henry could be a very good private detective. Let's hear. Maybe the murderer collects trophies. Oh my goodness.
Maybe there's something more to it. What if the murderer kept her hair like some kind of sick trophy? Just some scratches and bruises, that's all. The killer probably surprised her. She didn't even have time to defend herself. So, the murderer must have awfully strong hands, because he strangled her and left a dark ring around her neck. Then he took a short sword or saber and started hacking at her. She's missing parts of her torso, but they aren't by the body. He also cut off most of her hair. He cut off her breasts, but left her tongue, then left her lying there for all to see. To send a message, maybe? Or a warning? Only if it was a warning for telltales, he would have cut out her tongue or something, wouldn't he? I don't know why he killed her, but I don't think it's because of Katherine.
Can you imagine how hard it was back in the day to find, you know, a murderer? No DNA, no fingerprints, no cameras. My goodness. But yeah, looks like somebody did some really messed up things to that person there. So we're gonna have to try and find them, and we are going to have to try and take them out. But let's see, you reckon the Gravedigger woke up? Probably not, it's still the middle of the night, but it doesn't look like we have any other leads right now. So we're gonna wait for a quick second for the Gravedigger to wake up, and then we are going to try and question him. You know, this is a very nice change of pace. I didn't expect that we are going to be investigating a murder in the big city of Gutenberg, but let's see here. Is the Gravedigger awake? I think this should be his place right here. Oh, here we go, here we go. Hello. Don't mind me.
Well, sure.
Oh, here we go. This is the Gravedigger right here. Can we actually take a seat? Here we go. And here we go. No, don't leave. No, don't leave, don't leave. Hold on. I have to ask you a few questions. Don't close the door. This guy does not want to speak with us. That's suspicious. That's suspicious right there. Buddy, hold on, hold on.
Greetings. What brings you here so early in the morning?
You must be the local gravedigger.
That's right. They call me František. At least them that can speak do.
I'm Henry.
Greetings, Henry. What do you need?
That dead girl you have in the morgue. Alice.
You've seen her? Poor thing. Who could have done such a thing?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. Do you know anything about her?
She's gone to meet her maker. What more do you want to know? You want to take away a piece of her? Well, you can't. Not a hair off her head, a bloody scrap of cloth, or a thumb. You hear?
Well, I don't want to take anything. I need to find something out.
Like what exactly?
Who killed her?
Why?
What do you mean why? Because it's a murder. Alright, so I did unlock a perk that kind of tells me if, you know, our lines here are easy, medium, or hard, or very hard when it comes to convincing the other person. So for example, if we choose the first one, it's easy, which means that we are definitely going to convince this guy to help us. But then this one is medium, so it's like, maybe he's gonna help us, maybe not. And then if it's hard and very hard, chances are they are not going to help us. But for right now, let's just go with this one here.
Well, I'm worried something might happen to my friend.
That's true. She wasn't the first, and we can only pray that she'll be the last. It's true that Lumir ain't shown no interest in her yet. I wouldn't expect that from him no more.
Who's this Lumir? Another one of those gawkers and collectors?
No, no. He actually tried to help.
Help? How?
Well, he was investigating them others.
Right. You said she wasn't the first.
Aye. We had a couple of similar cases. Lumir said they was all killed by the same murderer.
And who is this Lumir?
He used to work for the local bailiff. I think he knew the first one what was killed, but that was a long time ago.
Alright, so this guy Lumir might have some more information, so we're gonna have to try and go over to him and try and speak with him. But for right now, let's see, who is this Lumir fellow?
What's this Lumir got to do with this?
Well, like I told you, he used to work for the bailiff. I think he was a scribe.
A scribe keeps records in the Black Chronicle, though I've never heard of one doing his own investigations.
Well, the old bailiff wasn't all that interested in the common folk. But Lumir, he was quite helpful. Folk heard about it and went to him with whatever was troubling them.
I'd like to speak with Lumir. Do you know where I can find him?
At his home in Bohemia Street, that's near the church. You won't find him at the bailiff's no more. I don't know exactly why, though. Seems he had some quarrel with the bailiff.
Do you remember how many girls were killed?
You mean you don't know nothing about it? Here, even the sparrows are squawking about it.
I haven't been in Kuttenberg very long.
I see. There's been one every few weeks for the past year.
Is this like a Jack the Ripper situation? Oh my goodness.
Do you know where the last one got killed?
I heard some talk about it when they brought her here. But what do you want to do there?
Look for clues. Footprints, blood, anything.
That can help you.
That's worth a try.
I heard she was killed by the town walls, close to the Hole in the Wall, a dodgy tavern in the Hoprink neighborhood.
Thanks.
Not that place again, the hole in the wall. You know, it's a sketchy tavern, but there is a skeleton inside, which makes me laugh every time we go there, because we can actually speak with the skeleton. But this guy has been a great help here.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Alright, see you later, Frankenstein. Right, we've gotten quite a few leads from this guy. We can, for one, we can investigate the scene of the attack. We can also speak with Lumir, and then we can speak with Barbora. So, let's see here. Oh, is the scene of the attack all the way here? Oh my goodness, that's pretty far away. For right now, let's see if we can speak with Barbora and with Lumir, and then we are going to investigate the scene of the attack. But for right now, let's see. Is Barbora over at the church? Let's quickly go there and take a look. Hold on. What is the church at? Was it this way? This town is pretty big, and I do get turned around quite a bit, and I get lost, and I end up in dead ends. There's quite a few streets here, and it is very easy to kind of get lost. I mean, look at this. This city is packed, and in a good way. But yeah, let's see if we can find Barbora. Let's see, this is definitely not Barbora, this is Father Prokop. Oh, there she is, she's in here actually.
Are you Barbora? I'm told you knew Alice.
Alice? Aye, she was almost like a sister to me. We served together for years, in the same house. Why'd you ask? Who are you?
I'm trying to find out who did this to her. I'm afraid the killer might want to go after my friend as well.
Ah, I understand.
Who did you serve?
Our master is a local merchant. He is trying his hand at trading wine.
How did Alice get along with your master?
Fine. Just like with everyone. Our master is a bit strict, but he's fair.
What's his name? Can I speak to him?
Why? But you can't see him anyway. He's on a trade trip to Prague.
It occurred to me that maybe he could have done it.
No, he couldn't. He was gone when it happened. He hadn't been home in several weeks. And besides, why would he kill them others too? He never even knew them.
I heard about that. And also about Lumir.
Well, if you're interested, go and see him. Maybe you'll catch him sober enough to talk sense.
Oh no, is this Lumir fellow gonna be drunk? We're probably not gonna get anything useful out of him, but let's see here. Did she have any suitors?
Do you know of any suitors she might have had?
I know she was seeing someone. Why?
I'd like to talk to him as well.
But I don't know who it was. Alice said he was rich and dressed nicely, but she promised him she'd never tell anyone his name.
And you never saw him?
No, never. I don't even know where she met with him.
Do you know what exactly happened to Alice?
No, nobody saw or heard nothing. One day she just didn't come home. And then they found her, like this.
It's awful what they did to her.
She was such a pretty girl. And that beautiful brown hair of hers. And it didn't even leave that untouched. Who could have cut off her hair like that? And why? None of it makes sense.
So, I'll leave you to mourn in peace now.
Alright, well, we did kind of gather a bit of information here. Apparently, she had a friend and he was rich, more or less, judging by his clothes, so he could have done it. But for right now, we don't really have any concrete leads. So let's go and speak with Lumir and see if he's going to give us any interesting information. Is he gonna be right in here? Nope, not in here. Sorry. sorry. Wrong house. Yeah, Alice. Oh.
Don't even ask. That bad, is it? The last time we visited.
Alice's friend did say that this guy may be drunk, so let's see here. I mean, it is early in the morning, so hopefully he's gonna be sober. Never mind. That's Lumir right there, and he's already puking at 10 in the morning, or 9 in the morning. You're right there, buddy.
Lumir?
Oh. Christ, my head. Not so loud.
I need to ask you something.
I said not so loud. I have a splitting headache.
That's some hangover. He's useless to me like this. Unless I'm willing to wait for him to sleep it off, I'll have to get him some kind of cure or potion.
Well, as luck would have it, we do have a potion on us that is going to help him.
This should sober him up.
Never mind. I don't. I thought I had one on me, but I don't. Right.
No, not that.
Should we give him some alcohol?
Nothing like a little hair of the dog that bit you.
Give him some beer or some wine? Some cheap wine?
More booze. Christ. I'm gonna puke.
Oh,
Drink
no.
up. It'll make you feel better.
Better already.
Quick time out. Did he just puke on our boots, this little creeper?
Wait, what? Who? What are you doing here? Who are you?
My name is Henry.
And what do you want from me?
I'm trying to find out who killed a certain girl. And I was sent to you.
To me? What for?
Are you Lumir from the rat house? The scribe?
I used to be. Now I'm just Lumir the madman.
Well, you don't look crazy.
Yeah. But I am. I see things in my head that aren't real. And then I point my finger at the wrong people. I'm the biggest madman in Kuttenberg.
But I need your help.
If I were you, lad, I'd leave it be. You can't help that girl anymore, anyway. You'll just end up hurting yourself.
Come now, Lumir.
Poor girls. Nobody was all that interested in it, except for me. We let it be in the end. We let a monster walk among us. No way. You can't solve this yourself.
I'm not doing it for myself. I'm afraid he might kill one of my friends.
A friend, eh? That's not good. Not good at all. I searched high and low. And what did I get out of it? Just mockery. What makes you think you can find out more than I did?
Ah, damn. None of these are going to work on him. I can use my brain. Nothing is going to stop me. I can get the truth out of people. Well, I mean, our highest skill here is 25, so let's try that. Even though it's going to be hard to convince them, but let's see.
Because I'm stubborn, and I don't have any other choice. I'll get to the truth no matter what.
You think that will suffice?
If not, I'd have been dead
It
long ago.
worked!
Bled out from a human arrow.
All right. Talk to me. Who was this dead girl?
Her name was Alice. She worked as a maid.
A maid? That fits. Yarka was a maid too. As were most of the other victims. What did she look like? What did he do to her?
I think that he strangled her first, and then went at her with a longer blade and disemboweled her.
Did you notice the strangulation right away? It took me a while. Maybe you really will track him down.
Do you think it's the same murder?
Counting your girl, that makes 6 victims who were first strangled and then mutilated. If it's not all the same person, they must be collaborating somehow.
This is the 6th one. How long has he been killing?
Probably about a year now. Sometimes it takes him months, sometimes weeks. But I'm including missing girls, Stanya and Zdena.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, back in the day, I mean, it would have been so hard to actually find, you know, a killer or a murderer because, I mean, what was your best option? Eyewitnesses, right? But if nobody saw it, you didn't have any DNA or fingerprints, and yeah, things would have been really complicated because how are you gonna find somebody? But hopefully we are going to be able to find them tonight. But let's see here. What did the victims have in common?
Did the dead girls have anything in common?
Aside from being pretty young girls with no proper family or background, no, I couldn't find much.
Do you think somebody is killing them because they're poor and nobody will miss them?
Certainly. If somebody killed the daughter of a local lord, no stone would be left unturned.
But why does he even kill in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe he hates women. Damn it. I feel like I'm going in circles and can't get out.
Any suspects?
Did you have any suspects back then?
You can always find some suspect. I always dragged the most suspicious ones to the body in the morgue by force. And they threw up at the sight. Or fainted.
Couldn't it have just been an act?
Fainting? Vomiting? That's hard to act. I'd swear none of them did it.
Alright, well, this guy gave us quite a bit of information, mainly on the other victims. Apparently there were 6 of them, and it looks like we are going to be able to question some of the friends and relatives of the victims and try and see if we can find out some more information. And it looks like we can question somebody right here at the church and try and find out something about Yarka's background. We could also check the scene of the attack, and I believe it was like right here, but it's not marked on the map anymore. But whenever we are going to go over to the hole in the wall tavern, we're gonna take a look around here as well, because as far as I remember it was like right over here. So we might just go around there and see if we can find the scene of the attack as well. I thought it was gonna remain on the map and we're gonna be able to check it later, but it doesn't look like that's the case. But we'll still go around there and see if we can find it. But for right now, let's see. We have to speak with somebody here at the church and find out some more about Yarka.
Good day to you. What do you want from me?
Father, I need to ask you a few questions.
I don't have time for theological discussions, my son.
That's not why I'm here. My name's Henry, and I wanted to ask about the murder that happened recently. Someone killed and gutted a young maidservant and left her body lying by the city walls. And I hear it's not the first time this has happened.
Another one murdered. May the Lord grant her eternal rest. Why is it you ask?
Somebody is murdering maids here. We have to put an end to it.
Yes, but those poor souls are already at God's side, and revenge never...
I don't want revenge. I want to stop more killing. That's a better reason, isn't it?
True enough. What do you need to know?
One of the other victims was a girl named Yarka. But I reckon you know that, don't you? What can you tell me about her?
About Yarka? She was an ordinary girl. She served the von Groll family.
Who do you think killed her?
William, that pig of Satan. He gambles in the tavern on All Saints' Day and leads the locals astray. Yarka always went there to listen to music.
Why do you think it was William? Do you have any evidence?
Evidence? He's a skirt chaser, a tool of Satan. He messes with poor girls' heads.
And does anyone else come to mind? No other man spoke with her?
No, absolutely not.
Where did you know Yarka from?
I knew her since she was a little girl. Knew her family.
And?
I was her uncle. When my brother and his wife died, I took care of her.
You raised her? A priest with a child?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not the first of the clergy to have a child on the side. But at least everyone knew Yarka wasn't my own daughter.
How does that even work? Did you have her with you at the presbytery?
When she was small, I could. But when she grew up, she had to go. It wouldn't look right.
Why don't you respect Lumir?
That's my business. You needn't concern yourself about that. I won't tell you anything.
Come now, Father. I'm not just asking out of curiosity. This is about all the dead girls. Isn't it written in scripture, speak up for those who have no voice?
A layman quotes the Bible to me. Fine. Lumir accused me of her murder.
What?
Yes. He slandered me in public.
And how... What happened then?
It turned out he was deranged. How could he even think such a thing? He's finished in Kuttenberg.
I've heard enough, Father. I'll be going.
Son, I'll give you some good advice. Don't listen to Lumir. That man has gone completely mad.
Alright, well, he didn't really give us any useful information, so hopefully we're gonna figure out some more over at the Hole in the Wall Tavern. We actually have to speak with, I believe, 2 people there, so let's make our way down and see if we can speak with these guys. And we're also gonna take a quick look around here by the wall and see if we can find the scene of the attack. Alright, well, I believe that this here is the scene of the attack. Let's see, can we gather any clues from here? I mean, there's a bunch of blood right here, but I don't know how much that's gonna help us. Then the wall is actually broken. Oh my goodness, look at this. Gorgeous. So can we not, like, gather any information from here? Maybe this guy saw something? These guys that are trying to fix up the wall?
You silly doggy.
No, we cannot speak with this guy, and we cannot speak with this guy either. Well, I mean, this is clearly the scene of the attack, but it doesn't look like we can gather any info from here. So let's go on over to the Hole in the Wall Tavern and see if we can question the Innkeeper and somebody else as well there and see if they know anything about the attacks. I mean, it's been going on for a year. There's been 6 attacks. I'm guessing that somebody's going to have some concrete info that we can follow, right? Some leads that we can follow, but for right now we don't really have anything, to be honest. I mean, we found out a few things, but nothing all that great. Nothing pointing us towards a culprit. Now, before we speak with the Innkeeper, hey buddy!
It's a good thing Mutt isn't here. It's a good thing Mutt isn't here.
Alright, let's see.
What would you like?
Did a Stanya work here?
Stanya? Maybe. It depends on who's asking.
My name's Henry.
Names don't interest me. The main thing is whether it's a good guest or a bad guest asking. What kind of guest are you, Henry?
What kind of trick question is this? I mean, clearly I'm not gonna say that I'm a bad guest, because if I say that I'm bad, you're not gonna help me out. So, I mean, I guess a good guest is our only option here.
I'm a good guest.
Really? Let's see. Do you know how to recognize a good guest?
Money. He spends money. There you go. Yep.
By the fact he spends a lot of coin?
Aye. I like talking to them kind of guests. A lot. So, what'll it be, my good man?
What if I simply paid you, and you tell me what I want to know?
Ask away.
I want to know if Stanya worked here.
She did. And she don't know more. What's it to you?
I heard she disappeared without a trace. So I'm trying to find out if anyone had anything to do with it.
It's possible. The chamber she was sleeping in here was totally ransacked. The door open. Everything emptied out. And Stanya was gone. All I found were bloody footprints.
Tell me something else.
First, you'll have another beer. Or is it time to pay?
What?
If you want to ask, you have to drink. Didn't you get that?
You're quite the extortionist.
I prefer to be called an enterprising man of trade. So, what'll it be?
Could I just give you the money and not drink? I don't think we're gonna be able to solve this murder mystery if we are absolutely tanked. I do have 11,000 cash money because I have been running around in my spare time and I've been going up against bandits, stealing their stuff and then selling them. So yeah, we do have a bit of money, so we can afford to pay. But since I'm a cheapskate? Yeah, something like that. Since I don't want to spend money, I'm just gonna try and convince him.
I don't want to pay you any more. I think you could answer my questions directly and not always try to wheedle money out of me. That makes it look like you might have some motive for keeping me from finding out anything about that murder.
Nonsense. How could you think that? Come on. Ask me anything you want.
Well done, Henry. Nice. Did anybody see what happened?
Did anybody see what actually happened when Stanya disappeared?
No, it was at night. Nobody saw or heard anything. The tavern tends to be empty at that hour. And you won't meet many people on the street, neither.
What was Stanya like? What can you tell me about her?
A bold woman. One has to be here. Everyone's ballsy here unless you nib it in the bud right away. She was hanging around a bard for a while. I don't know how close they were, but she also had another suitor.
Someone from the city?
No, a charcoal burner. I heard he was from somewhere in the, Vrchlitz Valley. I think his name was Barton?
Barton, alright.
What do you know about that bard?
What about him? He's a minstrel, a skirt chaser. What more can I say? He called himself William. As far as I know, he plays in the miners' tavern in the evenings. But sometimes he shows up here, too.
You think he might have been the one who...
Now that you mention it, he cleared out of town for a while and only came back not long ago. It could be him, all right. I know he met with some odd people and talked about God knows what, like bloody spies. Besides, you know what minstrels are like. Lasses just flock to them. And like they say, opportunity makes the thief.
Or in this case, a murderer. Apart from those men, did anyone else know Stanya? I mean, more intimately.
Well, I got bad news for you. She had two close friends, but you won't get much out of either of them.
Why?
One was hit by a cart, even before Stanya disappeared. And she died. And the other one got married and moved away.
How did Stanya's room look?
The door was wide open. Most of her things were gone, but some remained. And there was blood all over the place.
Blood? Was there a lot?
Not so much, really. More like hand or footprints. But they were near everywhere. If someone done her in, they definitely didn't do it in that chamber.
Where can I find this Barton?
I already told you. In the Vrchlitz Valley.
Could you be a bit more precise?
I don't know that bloke at all. All I know is he's a charcoal burner. So if I was you, I'd look somewhere around the charcoal kilns.
That's all I need to know.
Alright, well, we did find out something interesting from this guy. We're gonna have to try and see if we can find the charcoal burner. And he should be, oh, all the way down here. But before we leave, we can actually speak with somebody else in the courtyard here. And try and find out more about Zdena.
Are you Strnad? The one that went with Zdena?
Who the f are you?
Just an ordinary bloke who has some questions.
Well then, piss off. You won't get any answers here. All you're gonna get here is a kick in the teeth.
Well, this guy is drunk. We're probably not gonna get any useful information out of him, but we can fight him and then we can try and convince him, but it's gonna be hard to convince him, but we're gonna try either way.
Why so rash? That kind of attitude will do you no favours. Let's make a deal. You tell me everything you know about Zdena, and I'll make sure you're no worse for wear.
Do you take me for a complete chump, eh? You look like you just crawled out of some dung heap.
I'm here incognito.
What? I look great!
Like in disguise.
Oh, shit! I'll knock your head off, you f***ing liar. You can't pull one over on me. I ain't no dolt.
What the?
Swine!
What's your problem, bud?
I yield. Mercy.
Yeah, you better yield, you little creeper. Hold on a second. Is he making fun of our clothes here? I mean, we look like 100 coins. Look at this. We look awesome. Look at Henry's smirk. He's proud that we took care of this guy. My goodness. But yeah, I think we look alright. We look pretty good. But yeah, let's see what this guy is gonna say now that we managed to defeat him in a fair fight.
Well, had enough?
Yeah, damn it. What the hell do you want from me?
Talk. Where's Zdena?
The last time I saw her, it's a long time ago. She scored big. Everyone was f***ing jealous. She just needed to pawn it off.
And where did she go with her loot? Do you know?
Well, she had some kind of arrangement with this fella called Pint from the mill. The one called Rabstein. She always took the stuff to him.
Do you remember what she managed to steal?
Mainly jewels. Gold and silver. No bloody pewter. She had some huge golden signet ring. A bloke could for a whole month with something like that.
Do you know whose crest was on it?
I don't know. I'm no expert. But it were bloody expensive, that's for sure.
Do you know who she took it off?
She always said she found it on the street. That's because if the wrong ears hear it, you can end up in the shit. Or on the gallows, even.
Did she hang out with any men?
She liked to hang around with that crooner that plays for the miners in that tavern of theirs. Made him sing songs and that. Oh, and once she got in a quarrel with that f***ing priest Prokop. That was a laugh.
Could she have run away with that bard?
I doubt it. He was a bit of a milksop. He tried to be all mysterious and played a tough fella, but you could see he was lying. And Zdena could see right through him, I bet.
Why do you think so?
Because he was getting on my nerves, so I cornered him in a dark alley one time. He ran away so fast, I bet he shit himself.
And what about this priest? Why was he quarrelling with her?
I don't know. He was blabbering some shit about finding her a job, only she didn't want it.
Alright, well, I don't know how useful any of that was, but it looks like we can try and speak with the Minstrel, which should be right over here, and then we are going to try and see if we can speak with somebody down here, and then we have somebody else all the way here as well. Oh my goodness, but let's see if we can first try and speak with the Minstrel right over here. Alright, so the Minstrel should be just up ahead here. We are going to try and ask him a few questions as well and see if he knows anything. I think this is him right here, but it looks like he is drunk.
It's William, right? I need to talk to you.
What is it? Do we know each other? Do I owe you money?
My name's Henry, and no, we don't know each other, and you don't owe me money. But we do have something in common. We have a lot of mutual friends.
What? What do you want of me? I don't have to talk to you.
Well, you don't have to, that's true. But you should. It's in your own best interest.
What are you talking about?
If you don't start giving me some answers right now, I reckon you'll end up begging in the streets. Because I'll break all your fingers, and you'll never play the lute again, you miserable minstrel.
What? No! Come on, I didn't do anything!
Stop whining and talk, or I'll be the one doing something to you.
Come on. All right, then. Ask away.
Did you know Alice?
I know a lot of Alice's. You have to be more specific.
The one they found dead somewhere below the town walls.
Oh, her. I didn't know her, but I heard about it.
I heard she used to go to dances.
Yeah, and? I'm not the only musician in the city. I really didn't know her.
They say she had a rich young suitor. Do you know anything about that?
Me? Do I look rich to you? I get paid in food.
But you could at least pass yourself off as wealthy.
Or I could claim to be the Virgin Mary, but I doubt anyone would believe me.
And did you ever meet Yarka? It was a long time ago, but I heard she used to hang around you a lot. And Father Prokop didn't like it.
Oh, that one. Aye, she was very keen on my company for a while, but then she stopped coming.
Because somebody killed her?
I know what happened was a tragedy, but it wasn't my fault. She stopped talking to me long before that. Honest.
And can you tell me anything else about it?
I don't know anything. It was a long time ago. You said so yourself.
And I hear you knew Stanya.
Which one do you mean?
The alehouse wench from the hole. I heard you had something with her too.
Well, she batted her eyes at me a couple of times when I was still playing there. A nice girl, but I didn't know her much.
And the Innkeeper Mole told me a different story. He said you were the one coming on to her.
Fine, we had a bit of fun together. But she was always the one who started it.
And aren't you just saying that because she left you?
Oh, come on! I could have any woman, if I wanted. The Innkeeper must have got it mixed up. He's an old drunkard after all. If I was you, I wouldn't take him too seriously.
Alright, this guy is kind of suspicious. He knew most of the women that got attacked, so I don't know. Kind of suspicious if you're asking me, but let's see here.
And what about Zdena? You knew her, right?
Do I know Zdena? As wild as the wind and always full of life. And those nimble fingers. You always had to check your purse around her.
Did she steal something from you?
A traveling minstrel doesn't have much to steal, but she was well aware of that. She was on the lookout for some better prey.
You don't happen to know who she wanted to rob?
There were lots. Anyone she thought was rich enough who let her ply her charms for a while. Like young von Groller. When he started coming here, she got to him right away. Said she was gonna rob him blind. Far as I know, she didn't succeed. If she robbed a noble like von Groller, word would get around. Look, why are you asking me about all this? You don't seriously think I killed her, do you?
Well, you did know them all.
And?
Exactly.
I'm surely not the only one.
That may be true. But everybody knows you're a skirt chaser, and they were all pretty girls. And now, they're dead.
But I had nothing to do with it!
But you're a suspect. I mean, I don't believe you confess, or so you didn't do it? I mean, he is suspicious, but I don't know.
So you didn't do anything to them?
No! Why would I? What would I get out of it? It doesn't make any sense. It goes against God.
You dare invoke God?
I admit, I'm no saint, but for Christ's sake, I'd never kill anybody.
Alright, I believe you.
Good. I believe you. But if any clue leads me back here to you, I won't give you a second chance.
You won't hear about me again, I swear to God.
I better not. He's kind of suspicious, but at the same time, I don't think he did it. Unfortunately, we found out zero useful information from him. So let's see here. We have to try and speak with somebody else all the way down here and find out what happened to Stanya, the alehouse maid. You know, this kind of reminds me like of a crime TV show, like True Detective, but set in medieval times. We're out here questioning witnesses and investigating crime scenes and whatnot, but Let's see here. We are going to have to try and speak with one of these charcoal burners. Unfortunately, we don't know exactly which one we're supposed to speak with. So we're going to try and speak with this guy here because he's got a Santa hat. Let's see. Hey, buddy, can we chat for a second? No, he doesn't look like it. He doesn't want to speak with us. What about this guy? Oh, this guy wants to speak.
I need to ask you something.
If you're here for charcoal, you'll have to wait.
I'm not here about charcoal. I'm looking for Stanya, an alehouse maid from Kuttenberg.
Aha. And why are you looking here?
I heard she was consorting with some charcoal burner here.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. Who goes with who?
Right. Does he know anything? No, he doesn't want to speak with us. This is a pretty big area here. Are we going to have to try and ask everybody that we come across?
I'm looking for someone named Stanya.
You're in a charcoal camp, fella. What would a woman be doing here?
But you know Stanya, don't you?
Aye. You could say that.
Oh?
Why?
I'm looking for the killer of a girl in town. And I heard that someone also tried to kill this Stanya.
That's true. She told me something like that. But that was a long time ago.
So you don't know what became of her?
I really don't know, mate. But even if I did know, how can I be sure you aren't that killer?
What? Is this guy for real? I'm not the killer, buddy. What if you're the killer?
I wouldn't be foolishly asking around for her then, would I?
Why not? How else would you find her?
I'd sneak into your house to see if she was there, perchance.
Oh, you can forget about that, you snoop.
You asked what else I'd do.
It seems to me you've got this all figured out. Just like a real murderer. So it's time for you to go, lad. Get the hell out of here. Scram!
What a creeper!
Again.
Right. He literally accused us. We're trying to solve this murder, buddy. We're the good guys. Right, well, we definitely found the guy that knew her, but... I mean... he accused us, and then we didn't quite manage to convince him otherwise. Right. What about this guy? Did we speak with this guy? No, he's not interested. Right, well, nobody really wants to speak with her. What? Oh my god, it's Stanya. What the?
Hey, what are you doing here?
I found
You're
her.
not allowed. Who are you?
Quick timeout, quick timeout. I was sitting there and I was gonna say, nobody really wants to speak with us anymore, right? The guy... the guy kind of accused us of being the murderer, and clearly we're not the murderer. And then I went around to try and see if I can find any clues about the lady, and as I stopped to try and kind of continue the video and say, okay, nobody really told us anything, the lady came out of the house. She was right here. Oh my god. Well, we found her.
How did you find me?
By mistake.
You came here to finish what you started. I'm not afraid of you. I'll claw your eyes out.
Don't be afraid. I don't want to hurt you.
So, what do you want from me then?
Lumir asked me to find out what happened to you. He thought you were dead.
Lumir? From the rat house? He sent you?
Exactly. Someone killed a girl in Kuttenberg. Lumir thought it might be connected with you, so maybe you could help us find out who did it.
How can I help you when I haven't been in Kuttenberg since... I don't even know when.
You disappeared from the hole in the wall without saying goodbye. Without a word. What happened?
Someone attacked me when I was coming home from the baths one night. I managed to get away, but I was so afraid, I decided to run away from Kuttenberg.
Did you see who it was?
Not at all. I didn't see anything until he jumped out of the shadows and grabbed me around the neck. And he was terribly strong. I nearly blacked out right away.
And how did you manage to break free?
I had an empty pitcher in my hand, and I hit him with it. He howled and let me go, and I ran away.
Here? To the charcoal burners?
No, first to my room in the hole. But I was so scared there. I took what I could and ran. Here, to Barton.
And your lover? What did he say?
At first he was horrified, because I had cut myself on a shard from the pitcher and was all bloody. He's been hiding me here since then.
Do you remember anything important about the attacker? What he looked like? What he was wearing?
I don't know anything. It was at night. He grabbed me from behind, and then I ran and never turned back.
And what about when you hit him? What did he do?
He let me go and cursed.
Aha, and what did he say?
He said Scheisse in German.
Ooh, okay. That's our first clue right there.
Seems you're the only one to survive the killer's attack. I know it isn't easy for you to think about it, but try to remember something else about that moment, or when you were running away. Anything can help us, even if it seems insignificant.
I don't know. It's all like in a fog.
You were walking down the street. Did you notice anything before he attacked you?
No, nothing.
You didn't see anything or hear anything?
Actually,
Oh.
I knew the side street wasn't empty. I heard somebody talking, but when I looked, there was nobody there. So when somebody grabbed me, I completely froze.
Did you understand what they were talking about?
Not at all. But there were two voices. Two of them waiting for me there.
It's two killers. It's two killers, isn't it?
It's difficult, I understand. But I need you to think hard one more time. Aside from those voices and the empty street, what else do you remember?
I didn't hear him at all. And then he grabbed me.
And nothing else? Did he grab your hair?
Well, no. He grabbed me by the throat right away and squeezed. Just for a moment. But I still had a big bruise round my neck for weeks. Barton said the man must have had a terribly strong grip. Like a miner or swordsman.
Alright, well, we have a few clues here. It looks like they spoke German, and by the looks of it, there was two of them, but... yeah. At the very least, we found one of the survivors, so somebody did get away from the killers.
How are you now?
I'm still awful scared. I can't fall asleep knowing that, and I can't even really leave the house.
Don't worry, we'll take care of it.
I reckon that'll be all.
I'm sorry I'm not able to help you more.
You don't need to apologize.
Thank you. Could I ask you for a favor?
If it's in my power.
When you catch that bastard, would you please let me know? So I can finally stop being afraid.
I'll stop by if I can.
Yeah, we'll
friend.
definitely do it. She was the most helpful. Wrong button.
Thank you, Stanya. That's enough.
Take care. You aren't allowed here!
You're blocking the door, though. Alright, here we go. Let's get out of here. She was the most helpful person so far. She gave us, you know, a bit of information. A bit of useful information. So hopefully we're gonna be able to find the killers by the looks of it. But let's see, now we have to go and try and find out what happened to the thief, Zdena the thief. Let's see if we can find her or find about, you know, what happened to her. Hired hand paint. Alright, I think this guy here might know something about Zdena.
Are you Pine?
I am. Why?
I'm looking for Zdena.
I don't know any Zdena.
Strnad said something different.
You're a friend of Strnad's, are you?
Actually, I don't really know him that well. But he's the only one I know who knew Zdena. And he sent me to you.
Well, if he told you that, I reckon it's all right. He's not much of a traitorous rat, I reckon.
I wouldn't entirely count on that. So you knew Zdena? Can you tell me something about her?
I know Zdena all right, but she ain't been here in some time. Why are you looking for her? What do you want from her?
I'm looking for a... Back in the city, they think she's either dead or run off somewhere. And you're the last person to see her before she went missing.
Whatever.
I heard she wanted to sell you some valuables. Is that true?
Oh, aye. She had a good haul. No rubbish. Mostly jewelry, rings, one signet ring with a coat of arms and everything. She left it all here. I paid her a pretty sum of coin. It was a good thing she had a basket with her. Otherwise, she couldn't have carried it all.
And what about that signet ring? Do you still have it?
She didn't sell me the ring. She wanted to keep it. Said it'd bring her luck someday.
Where did she go next from here? You said she had a lot of coin on her.
That she did. She also had a feeling someone was following her. Someone on a horse.
Someone followed her on a horse from Kuttenberg. Did she say what he looked like?
She didn't. At first, she thought it was some wealthy lord out for a ride. But he held back. Never passed by her and...
And did you see him? Did he come all the way here?
No. But Zdena thought he would show. She even left her scarf here and paid some girl to walk around with it to make it look like she was still here.
And then where'd she go?
She wanted to go the back way, through the woods, so nobody could follow her. Past the woods is a road and a ford across a stream. Next to it is a huge boulder. When it rains, the water can rise fast. The road goes on to Kuttenberg.
Well, if it leads back to the road and there was really someone following her, I reckon if they saw she was long in returning, they could have waited for her at the ford, no?
That's quite possible. I made a point of looking, but I didn't see any riders that day. So I forgot about it.
Well, I'll go and check out that ford. Maybe I'll find something there.
I hope you don't.
Alright, let's see here. We are going to have to try and go right over here and see if we can find anything on the road. I didn't ask that guy any more questions because I doubt that he knew any more than that. So let's go right up ahead here and see if we can find anything on the road. So she left the town and she sold this guy some jewelry. And she thought that somebody was following her, but let's see. Are we going to have any clues here on the road? Oh, look at this. My goodness. So gorgeous. Oh no, is that blood right there? Right.
That has to be that ford Pike was talking about. We should take a look around here.
Well, I mean, that don't look good. Neither does this. Okay. Well, I think whoever was following her caught up. Can we not investigate this? It doesn't look like it. We can go this way.
This must be that basket of silver Zdena was carrying with her. She wouldn't have just left that here. But where did it come from? Maybe it rolled down the hill?
Is there anything in it? Oh, it's empty. But yeah, this is the basket, but then we have that on the road as well, and it's kind of strange that we cannot investigate this. Is this like something entirely different? Not related to our quest here. Oh, clothes. The plot thickens. Do we have anything else out here in the woods? I mean, I saw the clothes, but besides that, maybe in the trees? Mushrooms? Can we not investigate this? Henry isn't saying anything about the clothes or the bluff on the road, so I don't know. What's happening here? Oh, more clothes or a tarp, and even more. Okay. Wait, clearly she dropped the basket there, and then she went up the road here, and then went up the hill. Right, and ended up all the way here. And from here, where did she go? More clothes here. Those are more... Oh. I found her. My goodness. I was hoping she was gonna be alive. Oh my. This is terrible.
Poor thing. She didn't get very far. Ugh. She's been lying here a long time. At first glance, this body isn't as mutilated as the others. Unfortunately, I can't tell if somebody strangled her like the others. She's been lying here too long for that, but her head is smashed in. Either the murderer hit her with a rock, or dashed her hard against the ground. She must have put up a fight. Or maybe he lost his patience. Oh, She's all stuck to her clothes. They're torn up, but I don't see any cuts. The rips are odd. Like someone was looking for something. Oh, I can't make much out by now. But it seems as if the fingers on her right hand are broken. Did the murderer torture her? Or was he trying to get something out of her hand? Oh, my God. Oh, something fell out of her. A signet ring. Oh, that must be the one she stole. But how did it get inside her? Did she swallow it herself? Or did the murderer shove it in there? Was she trying to hide it? Or was it punishment for stealing? Well, that's enough. But what does it all mean? I'd say she put up a decent fight, and the killer had to improvise. And that's about all I can find out. She's probably been lying here a few weeks. But that ring is a good lead.
This case is getting more and more messed up. Can we, like, bury her? No, it doesn't look like it. Right, well, we are going to have to try and go back to Kuttenberg and inform Lumir about the investigation. This was the guy that we spoke with earlier, and he was drunk or hungover at 8 in the morning. So let's go back and see what he's gonna say. Hopefully we're gonna go back to Katherine at some point as well. But for right now, let's see if we can speak with Lumir.
I found out some interesting things about those murders. Just like you said.
That's wonderful news. But wait a while. I promised Katherine we'd wait for her.
Katherine?
She came to see me soon after you did, and started asking me questions. Just like
Katherine's
you.
coming?
Will you send for her?
Nice!
So, we're all here.
I hope nobody else shows up. How did it go?
I reckon I've found out all I can.
And do you know who the murderer is?
Not exactly, but I have a few ideas.
I've asked around a bit, and I have my own suspicions.
Is that so? See, I was trying to recall some more details, and I had someone come to mind as well.
I didn't do all this for nothing, did I?
Well,
Katherine, who do you suspect?
Well, I think it was that priest, Prokop.
That's nonsense. It couldn't have been him.
Couldn't have? Then who do you think it was?
It had to be William. Nobody else knew them all.
God, now you're talking nonsense. I'm sure William is innocent.
So I see we disagree. Too bad. We could have been done with it quickly.
Well, who do you think it was then?
I'm not entirely sure. First, I'll tell you what I found out, and then it might be easier for us.
Go on then. Starting with who?
Let's talk about Yarka, the one raised by Father Prokop.
What did you learn about her?
Prokop didn't just raise her out of the goodness of his heart. He was actually her uncle.
Really? But he still could have killed her.
His own relative?
Why not? He's a priest. I'm sure he knows the story of Cain and Abel.
Yarka started working for the von Groller family, where she remained until her death.
I was there to ask whether she'd given them any trouble, but they said she was always thorough and reliable.
Ah, so what's the story with von Grolls?
A very wealthy and important family. The mother is quite devout, known to spend a lot of time in prayer. Old von Groller's been sick for years. Can't even get out of bed.
So, who runs affairs?
That would be young Hendel. They say he's quite successful.
That's all I was able to find out.
You still found out more than I did.
But it's not enough. We still don't know who the killer is.
I managed to find Stanya.
Alive? You found her alive?
I did. Alive and well. Hiding with the charcoal burners.
So, she's not one of our victims?
She is. She just managed to escape the killer. She said she was attacked on her way home from the baths. She heard somebody talking in a side street, but it was empty. But when she walked by, someone grabbed her by the throat and started strangling her.
And how did she manage to get away?
She was holding an empty pitcher, and she smashed the killer in the face with it. He either got startled or hurt, but he let her go.
Did she get a look at him? Did she take his eye out or something?
No, she didn't stop to find out. Just ran. Which is probably why she survived.
And what about the blood in the bedroom?
She cut her hand on the broken pitcher. She didn't stay in her room for long. She was still so scared that she grabbed her things and ran off to her beloved charcoal burner. She said she returned from the baths in the evening regularly, and somebody knew exactly which way she would take and where to wait for her.
You mean someone followed her beforehand to figure out where to ambush her?
Who knew that she went to the baths?
Apparently everyone in the tavern. She didn't hide the fact. Stanya mentioned young von Grolle used to visit her. She said he was quite fond of her.
After a few beers, everyone wants to cop a feel. You have to nip it in the bud without upsetting anyone, because it could end badly.
She also said she was sure it wasn't Mole. He may be a pig, but the evening she ran home, he was in bed snoring. Well, according to Stanya, the murderer had a terribly strong grip. Her neck was bruised for almost a month.
Doesn't almost every man have a strong grip?
Depending on what they take in hand every day.
Whoa.
A tankard, a quill, or a hammer.
Except none of our suspects are miners or blacksmiths, eh?
Right, my mind went in a completely different direction. But Katherine meant, depending on the job that they had, you know, like a blacksmith would have like a strong grip, but yeah, my mind went off the rails.
According to Stanya, the murderer didn't say a word the entire time.
That's strange, right? I'd expect him to at least call her a whore.
The only word he uttered was when she smashed him in the face with the pitcher. He said Scheisse.
So, we're looking for a German?
Even I say Scheiße sometimes, and I'm not German.
Besides that, she also recalled hearing two voices in the alley. Someone was talking to the killer.
So we have a witness. Now, just to find him.
Or an accomplice. If I remember correctly, the other one must have seen the whole thing, right? And he didn't go to report it.
Stanya admitted that she knows William. He flirted with her and tried to get to know her better, but nothing came of it.
And that's probably why I wanted to kill her. And likely rape her before that.
Well, perhaps, but Stanya doesn't think so. She's sure it wasn't William, and no matter what they say about him, in her eyes he's a good lad. And that's all that Stanya told me.
I'm so glad that girl is alive.
Me too. At least someone's had a little luck. Does she want to come back, or will she stay with the charcoal burners?
I don't think she'll come back. She's so scared now they'll come back for her, she doesn't even leave the house. I managed to find Zdena.
You found her? Is she alive too?
No. Unfortunately, she's dead.
And where did you find her?
Pretty far away. Near the mill she used to sell things at. Someone caught her in the forest when she was coming home with a load of coin and killed her. I reckon she put up a hell of a fight. So the killer got nervous and ended things quickly.
So he didn't strangle or mutilate her?
She'd been lying in the woods for a long time, so I couldn't really tell. But he definitely didn't hack her up like the others. Judging by what her accomplice said, she robbed someone good. She had so much jewelry on her, she could hardly carry it. And what's odd is when she was murdered, the killer left her basket of valuables behind.
So I reckon he didn't kill her for the money.
Father Prokop came looking for Zdena and nearly cursed her on the spot.
What did he have in common with a thief?
He had also looked after her, but unlike Yarka, she ended up on the street, and he took it badly. Zdena tried to rob young von Grolle. It's possible she succeeded.
Von Grolle? Yarka worked for them, didn't she?
Ah, that whole family is suspicious.
Assumptions. Nothing more.
I'd say it's pretty obvious. Why else would I have found that ring on her?
They just left the ring by her body? That's odd, isn't it?
It wasn't by her body. It was inside of it. I don't know if she swallowed it herself or someone shoved it in her.
Ah, that's awful. But I can't say it surprises me.
My mouth is starting to hurt from all this blabbering.
So are my ears and head.
Come now, we're nearly there. We just need to find our suspect. So, Henry, who do you think did it?
I don't know. I mean, our best bet is the Von Grolls because of the ring, right?
I suspect one of the Von Grollers.
What leads you to think that?
Are you sure it wasn't William?
Zdena robbed Von Grolle.
That's true.
It's all coming together, isn't it?
Yarka was their maidservant until she started rebelling, right?
Yes. Do you think she was rebelling because of someone in particular?
Perhaps the young lord?
That's possible.
Alice had a young and wealthy suitor. And young Von Grolle fits both descriptions.
True, true.
We could be getting somewhere.
Von Grolle also groped Stanya, and his servant drove her away.
That's more than coincidence, isn't it? It really must be one of them.
And that's all I can pin on him.
So, do we agree that it was young Von Groll?
Well, old Von Grolle can't do much now, can he?
So do we really agree that our most likely suspect is young Von Grolle?
Aye. I agree.
I don't have a problem with it. Little rich boys are capable of anything. But what are we gonna do about it? Our suspicions aren't enough.
They'll just laugh at us without something more tangible.
True.
So, you wanna search their house?
There's nothing else we can do. There must be a clever way to do it.
We have to find some evidence. None of our conjecture is enough. What will we do?
You could sneak in there.
Or break in?
Katherine, that's not necessary. The young lad wants to learn swordsmanship, and the old one is sick and always calling for a physician.
So I can either pretend to be a sawbones or a swordsman, or break in? That's a lot of options.
You're a clever lad. You'll figure it out.
Alright, well, it looks like we are going to have to infiltrate the house of the Von Grolls, either by pretending to be a physician or a swordsman, or we can just kind of break in, but let's go over there and see which option is the best.
Can I help you?
Is this the house of the Von Grolle family?
Yes?
I've come on account of old Von Grolle. I hear he's seriously ill, so I came to offer my services as a healer.
You aren't the first. Why do you think you might succeed?
I'm skilled in medicinal herbs and their healing effects.
Well, I don't know if I want to let some ordinary herbalist in to see the master.
Ordinary herbalist? I beg your pardon? What would apothecaries do without our herbs? How would they brew their decoctions? Monks in the oldest monasteries in Bohemia grow all kinds of medicinal plants.
That's true. I lived for quite some time in a monastery myself, and only the most experienced brothers took care of the herb garden there. My apologies. I shouldn't have doubted you.
Alright, and we're in. We are kind of pretending to be a healer. So let's see here. Hopefully nobody is going to disturb us whilst we do our healing. Let's see here. I mean, technically we could probably heal or help out the guy that's sick here, because we are pretty skilled when it comes to brewing potions. Hello. I'm meant to be here, don't worry about me. Right, we are going to have to try and see if we can search somebody's chambers here. Is it right here? Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, no, no, no. It's okay, I'm meant to be in here. Right, what are we gonna examine? This thing? There's a letter. Doggo! Doggo! We can lockpick this chest. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Come on! We got it, we got it, we got it! Well, there's nothing really in here. Damn it.
Leave it. Show.
The doggo is at the door. Well, it doesn't really look like we have much in here. Another chest, lockpicking hard. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this. Come on, Henry, come on, Henry! Oh, nailed it! There's nothing really in here. Oh, trophies from victims! We found it!
That's hair. All kinds of brown. I bet it belonged to those dead girls. If this isn't proof, nothing is.
He kept trophies, this little creeper. We were right about him. Well, it looks like we were actually right about this, guys. We found trophies taken from the victims in that guy's room. So let's go back and speak with Lumir here and see if we can kind of come up with a plan and catch these guys. I guess I'm thinking that the trophies aren't gonna be enough, but let's see here.
I think we were right. Something seriously fishy there.
Well, don't keep us in suspense. What did you find out?
You found something there, didn't you? Evidence?
I certainly did. In the young lord's room.
What was it?
This. He had it in a chest in his room. Locks of hair. All brown, but all a bit different. They're definitely from those murdered girls.
Hair? But that's not enough. That definitely won't suffice as proof.
Why wouldn't it? He took them as a keepsake from the dead girls, as a trophy. It was him!
But nobody will believe us. We need more than just hair. A bloody dress or the murder weapon.
To be honest, I don't think we're going to find anything like that. They're pretty careful to cover their tracks.
Damn it. We're if we at least had a witness.
And what about 3 witnesses at once?
Where are you going to find 3 witnesses when you don't even have one?
I don't yet, but... Look, we're almost certain young Hendel did it. So what if we set a trap and catch him in the act?
And how do you want to do that? I mean, we don't know who he's planning to murder next.
We'll set someone up. Some brunette.
You want to sacrifice some poor girl?
No, nobody's going to get hurt. We'll be keeping our eye on her the whole time.
The only one I can think of is Stanya. And I highly doubt that she'd want to risk her life again.
She won't have to. I'll do it.
But you haven't had anything to do with him. He'll see through it immediately. It'll fail.
We'll wait until the lad's out of the house. Maybe we'll dress Katherine up a bit, and she'll go asking for the young lord, father of her child. When Hendel comes home and hears what happened, he'll come looking for her to fix things up.
I'll cause such a scene, they'll be talking about it for years. Then we'll tell them where he can find me, and we've got him.
If you say so. But where can we do it? We can't do it here. They'd figure it out pretty quick.
We can use one of the rooms here in the tavern. It has only one way out. You'll be hiding across the way, and jump out at the right moment. I repeat, at the right moment.
Don't worry, we won't take our eyes off you.
Alright, it looks like we are actually setting up a trap.
Where's Hendel? I need to talk to him! Don't you hear me? I have to talk to him about our wedding. I won't be left alone with his child.
What are you screeching about, you ninny? There's no Hendel here. Certainly not for the likes of you.
Do you hear that, folks? He f***ed me from all sides. Gets me with child, and now he doesn't want to know me.
Get rid of her. Disgrace.
Oh, so a poor woman has to suffer because of a man's lust. As if it wasn't already bad enough before.
What lies are you spouting, you strumpet? Goodman Hendel never laid eyes on you. Besides, you're too old for him. Nobody will believe your lies.
Old am I? He came to me himself because he wanted a mature woman to breed with. And he never even pulled it out. And he filled me up like a wineskin. Suit yourself. I'll give you some time to think it over. But either you come up with an offer of marriage by evening, or first thing in the morning I'll go to the bailiff. And I'll be damn sure to get justice from him.
Alright, Katherine wasn't bluffing when she said that people were gonna talk about this for years. Man, she's such a cool character. Did they fall for the trap? They fell for it.
I've come to talk with you.
Where's Hendel?
Hendel, you wanton whore! Debauching my son! A nanny goat like you! The others were at least young, but you! Christ, the trials I have to endure! A husband with both feet in the grave and a son who'll anything with a hole in it. Slice her up so no one will recognize her, and in case what she says is true, gut her too.
Oh, what the?
Is it? I could help you with that.
Get that bitch, you fool!
Man, what a quest. Stop the murderer. Oh no! What? Where is he? Where'd he go? The heck? Speak?
I'll kill you!
Is he outside?
I'll kill you!
I'll get you!
Wait. Got him. What just happened there? My goodness.
No, Katherine.
Katherine, wait.
What should I wait for? I'm gonna cut that bitch's throat.
How dare you? Hands off, you heretical scum!
Shut up.
So it was this lady and the guy that we just took out upstairs?
Let her speak. I still don't understand what actually went on here. I have some questions for you.
I'll tell you nothing, you serpent! Nothing! You can't keep me here! Let me go! I'm a woman of worth!
If you won't speak now, then the executioner will loosen your tongue when your feet stop burning. But why wait, right? I'll cut your ear off. Maybe both of them. All you need to talk is a tongue.
No! Let me go!
Man, I actually really like Katherine. She's a very good character. But yeah, why did they do this?
Why did you do it, for Christ's sake?
Don't blaspheme, you heathen.
Come on, answer him or it's gonna hurt.
My husband, he drank a lot, ran around with whores and didn't pray enough. And God punished him for it. I couldn't allow the same thing to happen to Hendel.
And why kill those girls? Why not just talk to him about it?
I tried, but he wouldn't listen to me. He told me he wanted to sow his wild oats before finding a wife.
So your own son didn't listen to you? And you started killing the girls
who seduced him and emboldened him with their brazenness? If they wanted to whore themselves out, they'll pay for it in hell. But there's no way they were going to drag my Hendel there with them.
And what about Hendel? Did he know what you were doing?
That I was taking care of his immortal soul and eliminating his temptation? Of course not. But one day he'll be grateful to me for it.
He's going to jump for joy. His mother a mad woman, and his servant a murderer.
Speak politely to me, you whore.
Henry, if you have any more questions, you'd better ask them quickly. I'm sorely tempted to finish this here and now.
Honestly, I don't want to hear another word out of her, but what about the hair?
And what about the hair in Hendel's chest? You're trying to tell me he wasn't involved, but he was keeping their hair?
Well, he kept asking about those whores of his, so we always brought him a lock of hair. We told him it was from them, as a parting gift.
Well, he didn't find that strange?
Out of sight, out of mind. He always found some new harlot anyway.
Damn, they're crazy.
There was no blood where Alice was found. Where did you kill them?
That was up to Thaddeus. He told me something about an abandoned barn. I only told him to cut them up thoroughly.
The hell?
Why?
Why? As a warning. So those whores knew what awaited them. To put the fear of God in them.
Do you realize you also killed girls who had nothing to do with Hendel?
That's not possible. I saw them all with my own 2 eyes, chatting with him and giggling.
And what about that alehouse wench?
That strumpet. I saw how she treated him. It's a damned shame she got away.
But she really had nothing to do with Hendel.
She wouldn't have smiled at him the way she did if she didn't want to fornicate with him.
They all deserved it. Every single one. And better sooner than later. That trollop in our service even got herself a child. And she wanted to keep it. The slut.
And what about Zdena? All she did was rob him, and you killed her anyway.
She fawned over him like all the others. He even gave her a ring, which she probably sold immediately. She deserved it. She was a thief, and stealing is a mortal sin.
I'd better stop asking questions.
Burn in hell, all of you.
What'll we do with her now?
Let's take her to the bailiff. She'll get justice there.
We don't have to go anywhere. I'll give her justice right here, right now.
But we can't do that. She has to go before the court. The law must be upheld.
Did you hear her? I mean, she hasn't got her head on straight. And what judgment will there be? She's from a wealthy family. Nothing will happen to her.
Don't you dare judge me. Only God can do that.
Shut your mouth, you sow. You judged and punished some random girls, and now you'll blaspheme like that?
Our Lord directed me. I did it through His will.
Do you hear that? And you want to let her live?
But that's not justice. It's murder. Henry, won't you say something?
I told you, don't you dare judge me. I am a servant of God.
I think I'm gonna side with Katherine on this one.
Lumir, listen to her. If we don't deal with her ourselves, and then they let her go, then... Do you want to have that on your conscience?
But, I mean... How could I live with myself if we kill her in cold blood?
I'll show you justice. You're all going to end up in hell.
Your conscience will remain clear. You won't be the one killing her.
But still, if we don't punish her according to the law, then we ourselves deserve to be punished by the law.
Huh. We aren't the ones walking around the city killing random women. On the contrary, we're making sure no more will die.
All those whores! Hell! Lucifer everywhere! Fire and brimstone!
It's just not right.
It isn't right, but it's necessary.
All right, all right. Do it then. But I wash my hands of it.
No! Don't you dare!
Well, now someone has to explain everything.
Not me. I'd rather just get out of here.
I'll go. I'll explain everything. And you, Henry, wait for me at home, all right?
Fine. I'll wait at yours.
Good, good. I hope I don't end up in total disgrace.
Well, this was a lot stranger than I expected. Do you think we did the right thing?
I'm not sure of anything anymore. Not even myself. Can we just be quiet for a while?
Sure.
As you wish.
Kinda awkward.
But still, it was damned odd.
Aye, that it was. Let's go and see Lumir. I wonder how he fared.
What a quest. What a quest.
Tell us, Lumir. How did it turn out?
Did it end well? Oh, we're not going to get into trouble now, are we?
It ended well, and I didn't even tell anyone about you.
I'm surprised you got away with it, bringing them two corpses.
I would have preferred a different ending, but... What happened, happened.
Lumir, don't be angry anymore.
I'm not angry anymore. And I must admit that maybe it was better this way. If they were still alive, there'd be a lot more squabbling. But like this.
The dead approve in silence.
Precisely. I just told them I spread the word that one victim survived and where she was hiding. And I waited for them there. And when they came to kill her, we had no choice but to end it that way.
And what will you do, Katherine? Will you stay here?
My work isn't done yet. I have to work in the tavern here, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll find work elsewhere.
And what will you do now? Will you go back to the town hall, Lumir?
It's true I've made amends in the eyes of the law, but I probably won't go back now. Maybe better to write something about it. Who knows?
Won't you go back to drinking?
No, it didn't help anything, did it? If I had just persevered instead, I should have pitied those girls, and not myself.
Don't fret. It was a terrible mess, and all three of us had to put our heads together.
Yes. You helped me when I was in need, and didn't even know it. Maybe I'll just keep helping as long as I can.
Helping others is the best thing a person can do in this world.
Well, let's go our separate ways.
Thank you, lad. You prevented future murders, and you also saved me. And for that, I will be eternally grateful.
I thank you both. Without you, the devil knows how it would have turned out.
Alright, well, we've managed to catch the killers, but before we end today's video, we did promise the lady from down here at the charcoal burners that we will tell her if we manage to catch them. So let's go over there and tell her that she has nothing to fear anymore.
Welcome. What can I do for you?
Well, I've caught the murderers.
Stanya, I have good news for you. We caught the murderer.
What? Really? Who was it?
It was the von Groller's servant. He was ordered to do so by the young lord's mother.
What kind of nonsense is that? I don't even know her.
That doesn't matter. She thought you were consorting with her son and decided to kill you.
But I hardly even talked to him. But thank you. Now maybe I'll feel better. I won't wake up at night thinking I hurt someone. I won't feel those fingers around my neck.
Alright, well, there we go. We are going to stop here for today. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video. I hope you have enjoyed. In case you did, be sure to drop some stuff and things down below. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one with some more video games.